April had surprisingly some great metal albums that were awesome.
This is our best list for metal albums in April. Stick around.
Let's kick it off with Cursebinder, Drifting. We got a debut full-length here, folks, and oh boy, it's a banger. Polish-based black metal quartet Cursebinder have come out swinging with all of the sad, ferocious black metal riffs, and man, am I here for it. Across the 42-minute runtime, the debut album paints a vivid picture with vicious aggression and potent atmospheric presence. Cursebinder's modern black metal is just sleek, super sharp, and they've got me excited about what the future of this band holds. Check out this clip from Drifting. Musically speaking, the Polish quartet clearly have a preference for intricate flowing arrangements of elements in black metal, utilizing those shimmering synths and eerie melodic leads to add layers of depth and intrigue to their seething, vicious riffing and dynamic drum work. What I love most about this band, too, is they aren't afraid to just let things play out organically and develop over time. Long songs require a long time to reach their full potential, and these guys do it great. An absolutely killer black metal release that's definitely worthy of your time.
All right, another highly anticipated album from your Forgemasters. These guys caught our attention with their sleeper hit, The Rain Will Cleanse, a very overlooked album that dropped at the end of 2021. This band is composed of members with some serious experience under their belts. They don't fit squarely into that post-black metal category, I don't think, that their contemporaries are really trying on for size. There are some really cool throwbacks to dark wave, post-punk, and even rockabilly, like think a Sad Tiger Army. And I'm telling you, it just fucking works, dude. Here, listen to what I mean. First time I spun this record, I let it go on repeat, and I enjoyed it even more the second time around. I don't do that very often these days. I often find that I have to give myself some space in between albums, but I was really eager to spin this one again and revisit some of these tracks as soon as they were over. This is easily one of my favorites of the year, a top contender for our end of the year roundup.
For my progressive metal fans out there in the audience that love things a little bit brutal, you gotta check out Stormhaven with Blindsight. This is my first run with Stormhaven, and I had an absolute blast with this record. If you love progressive death metal with some epic moments tinged with highly emotional and brutal moments, well, pay the fuck attention to this band because they nail that sound. It's a little bit tough to summarize the experience of this record, but I will say if you love mid-era Opeth, the epic feel of Symphony X, and the progressive feels of later Enslaved, Stormhaven are a fucking must listen. Stormhaven's music combines the aggressive and brutal elements of death metal with melodic and symphonic elements as well, creating a unique sound that is both heavy and also emotive. Their lyrical themes often revolve around mythology, fantasy, and existentialism, so it explores the darker aspects of the human psyche, and I'm here for it, man. It's awesome. It's just a fantastic progressive death metal album that I will definitely be revisiting.
You might recognize this album from our most anticipated of the month list. This was not at all disappointing. Elvenking continues to prove that they are just not to be trifled with. I don't know what it is, dude. Italians tend to do extreme metal just so differently and very, very well. All of my favorite metal bands from Italy just stand on their own, and Elvenking is absolutely no exception. This is a very refined piece of art in the folk metal subgenre. The experience that these musicians bring to the table is really on full display in their musicianship and their songwriting abilities. Take a listen to this clip. I'ma prove it. Dude, the diversity on this record is like staggering, man. Every song just has different elements that are pulled from other extreme subgenres, but they never stray away from those folk-driven roots that makes these elves truly unique. This is a record that I'm really eager to go back on. There isn't a single bad song on here. The production is fucking awesome. Thank you, Elvenking, for this great album.
All right, my melodic doom fans in the audience, you gotta check out Fires in the Distance with their second album, Air Not Meant For Us. Our pals in Fires in the Distance are destroying the melodic death doom landscape and releasing some of the best goddamn metal from an up-and-coming doom metal band. This is the second record from the CT-based melodic death doom act that is a straight-up 50-minute emotionally devastating and gorgeously atmospheric saga. Take a listen to this clip from Air Not Meant For Us. Fires in the Distance blends the heaviness and darkness of death and doom metal with melodic and atmospheric elements, creating a sound that is both intense and hauntingly beautiful. Their lyrics often deal with themes of obvious stuff like loss, grief, and the struggle to find meaning and purpose in our lives. Everything that you want in a doom metal album. It's difficult to make me want long songs to be longer, and somehow every track on Air Meant For Us makes me want to spin it again. It's that good, dude. Album of the Year list contender for the Doom category. Honestly, check it out.
Ruadh 1296. Between this pick and Elvenking, April seems to have won out in the folk-inspired metal subgenres. Some of you may remember when we talked about Ruadh's 2021 release, Eternal, a fantastic album from this Scottish black metal troupe. 1296 is a great follow-up, showcasing all of the stuff that the band has been doing well and wrapping their unique flavor of Scottish metal around the epic folk saga behind the album. Have a listen to some of this record. This year has been great for those of us who enjoy our metal flavored with a tinge of folk. You've got master acts like Insomnium, Elvenking, and Kalma dropping albums, but you've also got lesser known acts like Ruadh, Swatana, and Burden of Emir also launching noteworthy records. This is why you're here, right, folks? Because you want to hear us talk about all of them. If you know, you know, 2023 has been a great year for all you folk metal lovers.
All right, black metal fans, Dawn of Ouroboros, Velvet Incandescence. When the single dropped for this record, my excitement for this album reached some serious heights. I wish I had camera footage of me listening to it. The first thing I noticed on my first spin of Velvet Incandescence was the amount of diversity in the compositions that are executed to absolutely gorgeous precision and somehow never sound disjointed. It's pretty tough to do. There's a lot of experimentation here too with vocal styles, high tempos, and melody, while somehow keeping everything just coherent and extremely well done. Check out this clip from Rise from Disillusion. Dawn of Ouroboros blends the aggression and darkness of black metal with progressive and atmospheric elements, creating a sound that's both dynamic and really complex. Their lyrics often explore themes of spirituality, mythology, and the human condition, and explores some of the darker aspects of the human mind. Wow. This is a band that is quickly gaining recognition in the progressive black metal scene, and man, is that hype absolutely deserved. Easily an Album of the Year contender in the black metal category. Check them out.
No more judgment, no more pain, no one will sit, nothing.
Enforce returns with their fantastic demonstration of crossover, leaning heavily into all the great tropes from both death and the thrash metal camps. Have a listen to some Enforced. What What I really like about this band is that they know their formula well enough to know how to pace themselves, dude. By the time my brain said, okay, I'm figuring out, where this band kind of meanders in terms of their songwriting, the record was fucking over. And that's exactly what I mean by good pacing. You could write every fucking crossover trope on an index card this big, but if you know how to carefully weave and navigate through these tropes and put the motifs into your music, you're keeping the listener engaged. You're not just spitting the same thing out into them over and over again. I was heavily engaged during the entire runtime of this record. There are some fucking rippers on War Remains and some poignant commentary on the military-industrial complex, nationalism, and militarism. Fantastic stuff from Enforced.
Melodic death metal fans, rejoice, because this album rules. Atavistia with Cosmic Warfare. For those of you who have become fossils, waiting for the release of Time 2 by Wintersun, well, Atavistia have come out swinging with Cosmic Warfare and grabbed my goddamn attention. I had not heard of Atavistia before the release of what is their third album, and I think I have found a band that could potentially dethrone the perpetual joke that Wintersun has become. Check out this clip from Cosmic Warfare. Atavistia's music combines the aggression and brutality of death metal with melodic and progressive elements, creating a sound that's very dynamic, super complex. Think Wintersun, Kalma kind of sound. It's just awesome. Their lyrics often explore themes of mythology and dream worlds, which is really fucking cool with this band. It's a nice breath of fresh air from the winter realms of Wintersun, and there's some stunning performances on this record with epic songwriting that spans all 6 tracks, amazing riffing, soaring melodic leads and solos, killer symphonies, and powerful clean and harsh vocals. It's just an outstanding production from front to back. If you love melodic death metal with power metal influences, do not skip this record. It's fucking awesome.
International funeral doom giants Mesmur have once again gone out and put on a clinic on how to execute and perform funeral doom in the most interesting way possible, of course. We love doom in all its variations, but the funeral doom subgenre is very hit or miss for us. When it's not done properly, it's boring, droning, and disingenuous, I think, to the idea that the listener is supposed to be fucking grieving in conjunction with the music. No, they are gonna leave. Mesmur isn't afraid to be low and slow, but they're also not afraid to bust out those contrasting moments that allow those dreary ones to really sink their teeth into you. Here, have a listen to some of this great album. I love the usage of the synths on this record. It's really unconventional in how they use them. And even more unconventional is some of the audio mixing choices. There's some wild sonic qualities on here. The guitars will flutter as the levels decay. It's just so weird, dude. It's they made these choices intentionally to have the atmosphere just be just different. And there's these weird nuances. Definitely, if you're a sonic audiophile, put your headphones on for this one for the completely immersive experience. This is one of the cooler funeral doom albums from this year.
What did you dig from April? Drop it down in the comments below and check out these lists for best releases in 2023.
You can also support us by getting some great merchandise. There's some shirts and stuff down there. I don't know. Click around. You'll find it.
Go with the gods, Forge mates. The air was not meant for us. It was meant for the trees.